Hi, okay, this time we're going to look at how to compile in one command issued off the PowerShell. It will still use both the compiler and the linker. We will simply only use one command to do that. So I would recommend, if you haven't already watched the two-step compiling and linking video, watch that one so you have a better idea of exactly what's going on. But it's the same process, it's just we are only using one command to get two steps done. So I've got my code here, hello world, and I've got my PowerShell here. It's up, it's in the directory where my code is, and I want to turn this into an executable. So I can start with CL, my EHSC. In the last video, for two steps, we would have issued /C here to just compile. And there are lots of times when it's useful to simply only compile a file. We're checking for syntax errors, we haven't finished writing it, we want to make sure that the pieces that we have are correct, or maybe we're writing a code that's broken up into many CPP files and we're not ready to link yet. So in that case, the /C is a great option. But in this case, it's a small program, it's ready to go. I want to actually create the executable right now, so I'll take that option off. I'm going to give the name of my CPP file, and I'm simply going to press enter at this point. That's all I need to do. And you'll notice that first the compiler is invoked and it gives hello.cpp as the input, and then second the linker is invoked, and we can see that it creates an output file called hello.exe, and then it also creates hello.obj. So if I do listing now, I have both of those created at the same time, and I can run my hello.exe and I have what I want. Okay, maybe we don't want to use the name hello.cpp. Maybe we have a reason where we want to use a different executable name, and we can see that when we simply give the command CLEHSC and then the one input file, the output file is named by that first input file. So in fact, if we had multiple CPPs, we could list them all, and the first name is what's going to be used for the name of the executable, but maybe you want to call it something different, like maybe we did last time, hello world. So if we want to do that, we can do the CL, the EHSC, and then FE, and that stands for rename the executable. In this case, we're simply going to type the name of the executable. We don't need to do the .exe, and then we can list the name of the input file, and we can see here that the output file is called hello world.exe. Typing list, we can see we do in fact have two different exe files. They're the same size, most likely they're identical. So I can now run the second executable file, and sure enough it produces the same results. Not real surprising considering it was the same input, but there you go. That's pretty much it, and this will be how I compile most of my code, although later on in the lessons when we get into classes and things where we have multiple CPP files, there will be times when I will simply compile individual CPP files to simply make sure those compile. So it's always useful to know how to just compile and also how to compile and link. So you can come back and refer to these later on as you need them. But in any case, that's the basics of compiling and linking on the PowerShell command line. It's not too hard, but if you have any questions, just let me know.